There's nothing more spectacular than watching a well-executed tank battle. And during World War II, there were some truly epic tank battles that will go down in history. In this video, we take a look at 3 of the best tank battles that happened in WW2 that changed the war for the Allies. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The first battle that we need to talk about is the Battle of This battle was fought between British and German forces in Egypt from October to November 1942. It was part of the larger North African campaign, which was fought between British and German troops for control of Egypt, the Suez Canal, and the vital supply route to India. The Germans, led by Field Marshal Rommel, had advanced deep into Egypt and were threatening the Suez Canal when the British launched a surprise attack. British forces, under the command of Lieutenant General Montgomery, used a combination of tanks, artillery, and infantry to push back the Germans. One of the key moments of the battle was the breakout of the British Second Army from their hastily dug-in positions. This caught the Germans by surprise and allowed the British to advance through the German lines. A total of about 6,000 tanks were involved in this battle, with the British deploying the Matilda II, the Crusader, and the Valentine, while the Germans mainly used the Panzer IV and the Panzer 38. In the end, the British were victorious, and this victory marked a turning point in the war. It also led to the eventual defeat of the German Afrika Korps and the capture of German Field Marshal Rommel. Moving on, we have to talk about the Battle of Kursk. This battle took place in July and August 1943 and was the largest tank battle in the history of armored warfare. German forces, under the command of Field Marshal von Manstein, aimed to destroy the Soviet forces surrounding the city of Kursk and break through to the Volga River. The Soviets, led by General Chukov, had built extensive defenses around the city and were prepared for the German attack. The battle began with a massive German artillery barrage, followed by an assault by infantry and tanks. Despite fierce fighting, the German forces were unable to make any significant gains. As the battle dragged on, the Soviets launched counterattacks, pushing the Germans back. The Red Army used a large number of T-34 and KV tanks, as well as newer models like the T-34-85 and its tanks. On the German side, the main battle tanks were the Panther, Tiger Eye, and the Stug 3 assault gun. By the end of the battle, the Germans had lost over 3,000 tanks and 15,000 men, while the Soviets had lost around 1,500 tanks and 20,000 men. The Battle of Kursk was a decisive victory for the Soviets and is considered to be the turning point of the war on the Eastern Front, marking the beginning of the end for Germany in World War II. And finally, we have to talk about the Battle of the Bulge. This battle was fought in December 1944 and January 1945 in the Ardennes region of Belgium and Luxembourg. It was the last major German offensive on the Western Front and involved heavy fighting between American, British, and German troops. The battle began with a surprise attack by German forces who quickly made gains and created a bulge in the Allied lines. However, the Allied air forces were able to operate freely during the battle due to the lack of German fighters. This allowed Allied aircraft to provide air support to ground troops and disrupt German communications and reinforcements. Many historians argue that without the help of the air forces, the Germans may have been able to achieve their objectives. Some of the tanks involved in this battle include the German Panther, Tiger Eye, and Jeep, while the Allies mainly used the Sherman and the Churchill. In the end, the battle resulted in a costly victory. But it is remembered as one of the most epic tank battles of the war due to the ferocity of the fighting and the massive numbers of tanks involved. So there you have it. 3 of the best tank battles that happened in WW2 that changed the war for the Allies. Do you think that the outcome of these battles could have been different if certain events had unfolded differently? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.